going to be discussing with you about my experience on the Whatever podcast. On the Whatever podcast, I debated a couple of people, particularly one person, on modern dating expectations. There are a few topics, one of them being whether a man should pay on the first date, the other being if a man should be paying for a babysitter on the first date, the concept of unpaid domestic labor, just do that one, and the outlandish belief that staying at home is equivalent to working 5 to 8 jobs. Now, I'm going to be real. The exchange between us definitely exposed how disconnected some modern narratives are from the economic standpoint as well as real world realities, what goes on in real life. And I'll go ahead and I'll show you a couple clips regarding those topics. Don't cook and you don't clean.
No, because when the default goes for women to cook and clean in a relationship, then I think that's also why so many people are struggling in relationships, because that's labor. So compared to women's labor, compared to men's labor, if he takes care of all the bills, it's still 5 jobs compared to his.
No. My husband does blue collar work, and what I do at home is nothing compared to what he does outside the house.
Okay.
And what does your husband do for work?
Oh, he does construction.
Does he do heavy machinery, or is he more
forklift, boom lifts, all kinds of lifts? Him doing what he's doing, coming home baked, looking like a freaking lobster. I'm not gonna complain about what I do at home.
And he supports the whole family.
Absolutely. Yeah. And all I'm doing is, what am I doing? Cooking, cleaning.
What if you were working too? Like, would you want him to also clean and cook too?
He offers, but I told him, hell no. Sit your ass down. Do not do a thing. You were just out there for like 12, 14, 16, sometimes 18 or more hours.
Oh, damn.
Why am I going to make him do all that? If it weren't for him, we wouldn't be in the building we're in. We wouldn't have the things that we have all around us.
Yeah. So
it's like they are literally the backbone to our society, building the infrastructure that we have all around us, the technology and all of that.
Yeah.
So I actually put my husband on that highest level of respect when it comes to the line of work he does. Because if it weren't for him and everybody else, where would we be? So you see where the disconnection was happening, right? You see how she just went, yeah, because she wasn't really truly listening. Because if she actually did listen, she would understand better. And if she were to agree, it would not fit within her narrative. Now, the reason I utilized my husband as the example is because him, along with a large percentage of men, actually work a very hard, laborious job. Very hard, laborious job. And what makes it worse is that where we are located it gets pretty hot during the summer. We're talking like it could get up to 120 degrees just outside. So sometimes, in some cases, depending on the time of year, my husband is also working another job within another company. And with that being said, he could be working 10 hours, one job, have to go to the next one, working another 6 to 8 hours. And sometimes there's other things that he is doing outside of that. So it's of course, as far as the time that he spends outside the home doing said laborious work, he gets tired coming home. And it's funny that one of the other panelists have asked me that if I was working a job, would I still expect him to help? My answer still stands that it is a no. Because I would be falling under the statistic of what most women would be doing, and that's working part-time, a part-time job. I would be working a part-time job and still managing my time within the home as well. And let's just be real. Even with the part-time work that I would be doing, it doesn't require me to stand for that long of a period of time. Along with, I'm not outside. I'm in a very well insulated, air conditioned property, working and not doing not even close to the amount of work that my husband does. Which is why I don't believe that if I'm still that if I were to be working right now, working a part-time job while managing the children, while managing the household, managing finances, managing all those things, it still would not even add up to what my husband does. And that was the reality of what I had to tell her. Because mind you, she has but just one child, one son, by the way, which I'm sorry, I'm going to feel really sorry for him because he's going to be raised by someone like her who is pretty strong on the feminism. And I raised two kids, one who is currently in elementary school and the other who's almost done with high school in another year. And I would be the person to say that it is not that hard to keep a home clean and to manage the home and other things if you are at home. If you are not outside the home doing any sort of work, you don't have a boss breathing down your neck telling you what to do in the workplace, making a paycheck and working for somebody that's not going to give two craps about you. What is there to complain about, honestly? Like, I mean, not trying to sound cold and all, but I feel like if a woman is going to complain about raising her children and managing the household while her husband is out there dealing with the outside world, dealing with the, you know, with all that madness and joining in on the rat race that I don't believe I should participate in, then I would say you probably have some poor organization skills and you also have poor time management skills, and you find that just doing simple house chores in the house that is already, how do I say this, operated through a machine, not by your hands, you know, then there's something wrong here. There's something extremely wrong here. Now I'm going to go ahead and touch on the other topic about how she feels about having a babysitter being paid for by a man, a stranger, by the way, a random stranger man, in order to take her out on a date. Now, crazy thing is that she believes that if a man is going to be serious, he should be paying for the babysitter and for the date. I think there are so many things wrong with that because not only you as a single mother are expecting to press this child up against a total stranger, you are not setting a very good example as a mother at all. You just this is not my words, but even my own mother has said that if you are forcing a strange man to have to come out of pocket and take on the responsibility that you are obligated to as a parent, you're a bad mother. Just saying. Just that's her words, not mine. And no offense, guys, but if you are paying for a babysitter for a single mother that is expecting you to do so, you have to be a fool. Either that or you're just not taking her seriously. And that's fine. Like I don't blame you guys. Every once in a while does a man have to have his rocks off, and this is what's going to end up happening. They'll do what they can. And I mean,
Would a man for a first date pay for the babysitter?
no.
Yes.
If my focus was to see if this man is going to pay for my babysitter, then obviously the focus is his wallet and not what he's like. That's your child, not his child.
No, it's a way that I weed out people who are serious about me or not, because my time
Serious?
is valuable.
I believe, because I'm a prince, right? I will only go on a first date with a girl if she gets wax for the date.
I just don't think that is an argument, because the reason that I do that is for safety for my son and I, and my time and my resources. Yes.
You're
but
a
time and
successful
resources,
businesswoman.
how do we
How
feel
does it
about the
make you
men?
No, because I'm weeding out people who are serious about me or not.
What does
Me
that have to do
too.
with
If a
safety?
girl's really
Like-
down for me, she's gonna wax first date.
First date,
Yes.
I'm going back to my same
But
thing.
okay, so how about this?
You guys aren't going
You
to
seem
change
lovely.
my
I don't think it
opinion
would
on
work out,
this.
but
You saw how silly that sounded, right? She really believes that this would weed out certain men when she doesn't realize that it actually does the complete opposite. I mean, I don't know if she was just trolling. I'm gonna assume that, but I'm hoping she really wasn't serious about that. She really said this weeds out certain guys and believes the ones who pay are the ones who take her seriously. Did she not realize how that actually works? And this is why I had made that statement that I said that if my focus was for a man to pay for the babysitter, then that would mean my focus is more so on his wallet and not his character. Because that's what she's showing, that her focus, that if a man has to pay for the babysitter along with paying for the date, because we all know she's not going for the Cheesecake Factory or Chili's or any other place that's pretty cheap. She's going to go for steakhouses and, formal restaurants. Men who are willing to pay for that are only just basically treating you as nothing more than a 304. They're just going to pay for specific services that they're willing to cough up money for, and they will never put a ring on your finger. Guys are waking up these days. They're not trying to date single moms because they see that obviously you failed your last relationship. I'm not saying all of them do, but in some cases you have. And they're obviously seeing that this is not the route they want to take. And if they're going to go that route, it's only for one thing and one thing only, is to be in bed with you. That's it. And you notice how she completely disregards the fact that men utilize a lot of their time, their finances, resources, all of those things just for a first date. You realize this, right? Why do a lot of women fail to understand this? They only talk about me, and I, but they're not actually focused on the fact that men have to do this a lot more than they do. Women do not have to come out of pocket most cases for a date. It's usually the men that have to come out of pocket for these things, and that's something they just refuse to get. Again, me, I. Don't worry about what the men are doing. They don't care about the fact that this can really be mentally exhausting and financially exhausting for them. Let me just calm down. Okay, just gotta calm down. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did enjoy it, let me know in the comments below what you think. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, because there will be more coming soon. And I'll see you next time.